Hey there, YouTube. How's everybody doing today? I want to talk about aging well, and I want to encourage everybody to get started now. This is just a little bit of a follow up to yesterday, the part of the talk yesterday when I was talking about the current book I'm reading, Built to Move. And over the last few weeks, at least a month, I've really been focused on this whole concept of like doing everything I can do right now to give myself the best chance when I'm in my 70s and in my 80s. Because I'm 59, I'm kicking on that door of 60 here real soon, and I feel rather fortunate because at 59 I don't have a lot of aches and pains. I really don't have aches and pains on a regular basis unless I do something from time to time, but I'm pretty fortunate in that. But I also want to not this is not just for older people. I want to really encourage people that the earlier you get started, the better. Jesus, I wish I'd have gotten on a healthier kick something earlier in my life. I wasn't even focused remotely on health or any of that kind of stuff until I was 48 years old. But I also do think that there's a different focus. We have different focuses at different ages to prepare for the decades ahead of us. So somebody in their 20s or 30s is definitely not going to be focused on the same things that people, in their 40s and 50s are. And that's okay. I think I want to explore this topic more. And right now, while I'm thinking about it, I got on Threads this morning. That's the new platform. That's the new Meta platform. Because I've never been like early to get on any of these social media platforms, so I wanted to jump on it really early. And what I want to do over there is I don't want to just share, recopy, regurgitate the same information I'm putting out on Instagram or here on YouTube. Although there will be overlap and there will be things that I will share on both. But I'm going to I'm going to remember to put a link down below. But if you're on Threads yet, just find me over there. It's Jack Albritton, same as this channel, Jack Albritton or Raw Tropical Living. But I was yesterday also too. I mentioned, if you watched that video, I think I mentioned that I signed up at our local YMCA a couple of days ago, and I went back for the first time. First time I've been in a gym in over 3 years. And when I walked in yesterday, it was just like I was like a kid in a candy store. And I was just like trying to envision all the possibilities in there, because I don't want to just go in there and just push iron around, push stuff. I want my workouts, and it's just like a playground. And that's why it's kind of fun and exciting to start over, because I'm just trying to figure out what my workouts are going to be. I did some cardio, I did some weights. I want to do some stuff that is more functional strength training. A lot of times that incorporates more than one muscle at a time. A lot of times that incorporates an aspect of balance with doing some sort of workout or whatever. But there's a lot of different areas. I've been just going on and on about food for many years, but there's so many different things. And if we're just focused on the food, we're going to come up short. You can't just think that food itself is going to protect you and give you the best opportunity to live your best life as you get older. There's different areas that they talk about in the book Built to Move, and that is by the authors are Dr. Kelly and Juliet Starrett, Starrett. Great book. I totally recommend it once again. But they have things in there like one of the biggest things I'm learning is just how out of line our hips are and how much problem our bodies have simply because of our hips. So many people out there, if you're dealing with lower back pain, a lot of times that has to do with hip alignment and just the ways that we sit, because ironically I'm sitting in a chair right now, but sitting is not a natural thing for us humans. So within the book they have hip mobilizations. And there's also one that's called dynamic sitting. Well, wait a minute, I might be getting that one mixed up. I haven't gotten to that section yet, but I have watched a number of YouTube videos and listened to podcasts. And basically the crux of it is we need to be sitting on the floor more often. So I started that last night. They recommend sitting on the floor for 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a night. And a lot of times you'll just find, like if you're watching TV or if you're watching YouTube in the evening, you just plop down on the floor and sit. And it's been a long time since I've sat much on the floor. I don't do my meditation sitting on the floor because I've had, some other body issues in the past. But I felt kind of sore when I got up. But I did sit and I moved in different positions. Like I did 5 or 10 minutes just with crossed legs. Then I did a few minutes with my legs crossed and one leg spread out. And before you know it, but those are things like once I got up, I can feel how that is helpful. Intentional walking. I've walked a lot. I've always been a big fan of walking. I walked like a maniac when I was in Costa Rica the whole time that I was there. That was probably one thing that kept me somewhat healthy. But intentional walking, it's just something we should be doing all the time in addition to exercise, in addition to working out. And it doesn't have to be, because a lot of times people don't have time to do, say, physical exercise or do some sort of a workout or exercise routine, plus get in an X amount of steps per day, which is great for us. So just to have that as a bonus, just to have walking kind of as our bonus, you can break it up throughout the day. If you have meetings, if you go to, if you have the kind of business or work where you have meetings, take a walking meeting, walk for lunch, walk 10 minutes. Maybe you can get up once an hour or once every couple of hours and go for a 10-minute walk, but you can accumulate those steps throughout the day. Park a little further out when you go grocery shopping or wherever you're going to go. Maybe walk around the store a couple of extra times. But that walking is just so good for us, and just putting one foot in front of the other just keeps us going. It's just like, an object at rest stays at rest, but that's some physics stuff. But once an object in momentum keeps going, it keeps going. Balance exercises. Balance exercises are so crucial. I've kind of just been testing myself, because it's been a number of years. It's been 5 or 6 years since I've practiced yoga, so I haven't been doing tree pose all that very much. But from the times that I practiced yoga, I still have I have pretty good balance, but balance is the thing that gets seniors all the time. So, I'm not really quite at that age where I'm worried about falling and breaking a hip, although I want to be careful, because even at this age, I probably could recover, but I don't want to fall and break a hip. But balance work is so important. So, play with your balance. There's even so many other ways to do it. I might even dabble with the idea of getting a slack line, one of those slack lines that you can put like between trees, and just practice walking back and forth on. Let's see, what else? Sleep habits. Working on making sure we're getting a good solid 7 to 8 hours per night. All these things add up. It's like they're all components, and without like treating our life, our body, our health as a whole, we're missing out on things, and our health is incomplete. So all these things have different functions, because maybe internally, who knows, maybe you eat right, you do certain things, and you feel well internally when you're 75, 80 years old, but you didn't take care of certain things and you can't walk all that well. And once people lose mobility, and I saw this with my mother, being in the nursing home and what have you, and just in general over the last few years of her life, when you can't move anymore and you just become super, super sedentary, that health just deteriorates quickly. So this is going to be kind of a new focus of mine, not a total focus. I'll still be doing all kind of different videos, but like I say, once again, come follow me on Threads. It's a brand new platform, and I want to kind of take off and play and experiment there as well, and see how I can share some of this stuff over there in a different way than I share what I share on YouTube and Instagram. So anyhow, please get that book. I really encourage you to get that book and read it. It's got some really good practical information there, and regardless of what age you are, just start thinking about the future today. And I know I've said this 100 times before, but now I know what the focus is going to be on my newsletter. So I'll be giving you a link really soon, or I'll be telling you where to maybe just to write to me at my email address so I can add you to the mailing list. But I've got enough topics now to where I think I can put out a solid Newsletter is the word I'm trying to come up with. God, sometimes I just can't think of simple words. I've been running around doing a bunch of stuff this morning. But yeah, now I think I have enough topics to have a well-rounded newsletter to put out on a regular basis. So very, very soon, I promise you, I will have that newsletter started before the summer's over. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Come see me on Threads, and I'll see you here again sometime this week. Peace.